You know what I find hilarious? How these woke corporations really think that they are the be all end all. These leftist liberal corporations that say they triumph over conservative media, conservative businesses, and conservative views. Even though time and time again, they've been proven wrong with donations, ratings, and business operations. They will go down and will not admit that maybe our ideals are wrong for some people. They would say that our ideas are for the best for everybody. But when they mean everybody, they mainly just mean the whole elites. Even though the elites are actually fun right now since Trump left office. Trump pretty much just exposed the whole political business, even though some of us already knew it. But he exposed it to more people and actually got them to open up. The whole media coverage that the leftist media is doing with the president now is absolutely hilarious. It's so hilarious that they're losing money and they're losing revenue. And they still, and I think Brian Stelter still had the nerve to say last year when, no, it was either I think June or December or sometime at the end of November where he told big tech, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube to censor independent channels because they get more views than he does. Isn't that hilarious? That a top tier guy that works for CNN who makes millions of dollars a year says the small guys needs to not get as many views as him because he's losing views and the independent channels are getting some. I find that really hilarious. You know, it's so hilarious that it's getting covered in news articles. Let me guys show you this. Let me tell you this little article. Spud dud. Brian Stelter masked by competition suffers worst ratings of 2021 for the 11th straight week. Brian Stelter has failed to reach the 1 million viewer mark, while Fox News is still is still over the 1 million mark. I think the show with the lowest ratings it's most likely Chris Wallace's show. It's either Chris Wallace's show or The Five. It's one or the other. And Brian Stelter, CNN, and Andrew Cuomo barely reached that. For the 11th straight week, CNN's reliable source, hosted by Brian Stelter, has failed to reach the 1 million viewer mark, averaging only 752,000 viewers this past Sunday. This marks the lowest viewership of the reliable sources in 2021, as the show struggles to hit its stride in the post-Trump era. Stelter lost 5% of his viewers compared to the previous week, finishing with less than 800,000 viewers on 3 separate occasions in 2021, according to Fox News. The Fox News show Media Buzz, held in the same time slot, beat out the CNN show by 41%, averaging 1.1 million viewers. According to Fox News, they broadcasted 12 different shows on Sunday that brought in a larger viewership than reliable sources. This past week, Stelter's show, billed as a media program, didn't cover the return of Jeffrey Toobin to CNN after the Zoom masturbation scandal. You know the guy that claimed he was he didn't know the camera was still on. He was jacking off in front of a camera. He ain't bothered to put the screen down. Mistakes happen. They really do. But that kind of mistake, nah, not really. Stelter previously reported that numerous CNN anchors and hosts expressed a desire to have Toobin back, but didn't give any names. In the key demographic of adults aged 25 to 54, the show failed to attract 200,000 viewers, with Sunday bringing in only 129,000 viewers. It's the thing. They see that they're failing. They brought in Jeffrey Toobin, who apparently got suspended from CNN for 8 months. For 8 months because of the scandal. They thought that bringing him back would bring in over 1 million views, and they miscalculated by a heavy bunch. Media Buzz, by contrast, brought in 185,000 viewers, beating reliable sources by 43%. During an appearance on C-SPAN Washington Journal last week, Stelter was referred to as the Minister of Misinformation and mocked by callers. Mr. Stelter is the biggest Minister of Misinformation I've ever heard, and I'm a news junkie. A caller identified as Kevin from Indiana told Stelter. Another caller identified as Gordon in Kansas asked Stelter to admit he and never a bunch of lies about Trump, which they would never do. They had too much pride. They had too much woke pride to actually admit that maybe Trump actually was actually right about the border. Maybe Trump was actually right about cutting taxes. Maybe Trump was actually right about a bunch of about actually not giving all this money away to foreign countries and we're not receiving anything back. It's probably why we so damn broken. Why Democrats keep raising taxes. Right? Keep raising taxes. Joke. I don't get it, people. It's really hilarious. Don Lemon lost his show. Brian Stelter is next to lose his show. I'm pretty sure, because the ratings are plummeting and drowning into the gutter because they can't smash Trump no more. And every time they do smash Trump, they get a little spike here and there. But people just tune out of the news. That every time they talk about Trump, they are desperate for ratings. It's so bad that the CNN is eating bugs, eating cockroaches, because hoping to bring in viewers, and I think that failed. I'm pretty sure that failed as well. Can these corporations actually just, admit that maybe they was wrong maybe all everything that went on in Trump era was not his fault. It was probably Democrats. No, because they're being paid to say everything the Democrats do is great, everything the Republicans do is bad, which is they're being bought and paid for, which is why Brian Stelter said to censor independent channels on YouTube, Rumble, this and that, because we're not biased. We are not biased. CNN is biased. Some people, Fox News may be a little biased on Democrats, but at least they actually expose Democrats for a lot of the hypocrisy they do. CNN doesn't. MSNBC sure as hell doesn't, especially when they bring Al Sharpton on. How is Al Sharpton even a part of MSNBC? And he has failed so many times, especially with this whole civil rights thing. I have no freaking idea. It's asinine. It's atrocious that CNN still has the nerve to put on this. Oh, Republicans bad, Democrats good. Democrats want to be loved by everybody. Yet Democrats are kissing ass to foreign countries, shipping off jobs to foreign countries like China. And people still think, Joe Biden is a better president than Trump. How is that when he sent over 10,000 jobs to China? Well, we need to go green. It's not obviously not working. It's obviously not working. When will people actually realize that maybe we was wrong about Trump? And I see a lot of people actually realizing now on Twitter. Buying voters regretting their votes. Some that Twitter channel. That Twitter account that I actually like. It's funny at this point. It really is. How people can still say that Trump was the worst president of all time, yet Joe Biden just came in and killed the economy. There's a giant inflation going on. This didn't happen during Trump. Even during the whole pandemic, he still brought in over 800,000 jobs a month. During Joe Biden's term, he only brought in 300,000 a month. If that's not a failure, I don't know what is. CNN, MSNBC, they need to stop this whole bias thing going on. They need to actually admit the truth for once in their pathetic lies. Because at this point, there's a special place for people who just lie constantly in order to brainwash people. It's called hell. You know who else did that? Nazis, communists. That's who did it. They want to sit there and say that Republicans are Nazis. The Democrats are the true Nazis. Democrat leadership with this whole brainwashing thing are the true Nazis. Anyway, let me guys know what y'all think about this whole CNN article, man. I'm trying out something new, this whole voiceover thing. If you guys like it, let me know in the comments below. Like, comment, subscribe, share a little bit of love, because we're trying to fight YouTube algorithm. A lot of independent channels are actually being censored. They are actually being silenced. Views are cut. Some people's videos are not being posted because it's quote unquote misinformation. Let me guys know what you think in the comments below. If you like what I'm saying, like, comment, subscribe, share this video. I will see y'all next one. I'm out.